Barbara Hillary, please come forward. Your courage and curiosity have taken you to the ends of the earth and back, and throughout the journey, you have never forgotten the power of advocacy. You have also proven that you were never too old to learn something new. After receiving your bachelor's and master's degrees from the New School, you became a nurse and focused on gerontology. You had a proud career compassionately serving others. Now, while some go quietly into their retirement, it was around then that your life took a dramatic turn. As someone who questions accepted histories and seeks out challenges, when you learned that no African-American woman had ever been to the North Pole, you set your sights on doing just that. It's only just started. With no precedent, no funding, and plenty of naysayers, you pushed forward. Not even breast and lung cancer could have deterred you. You raised your own funds, undertook rigorous training, and at the age of 75, you became the first African-American woman to reach the North Pole. Then, in true explorer fashion, you decided one trip was not enough, and at the age of 79, you made it to the South Pole. Though you have been to some incredible places, you have never forgotten your New York City roots. You have been an advocate for community improvement in the Rockaway Peninsula you call home. You have used your experience to speak out on behalf of women's rights, racial equality, and the environment. You've been called the Arctic's Grand Dame by Women's Adventure magazine, and you received a special citation from the US House of Representatives. The National Organization of Women honored you with the Woman of Courage Award, and you have received special recognition from the Explorers Club. Your courage, determination, and optimism are exactly the kinds of attributes we at the New School believe make for extraordinary achievements and remarkable lives. For the example you have set through your deeply adventurous spirit, we are honored to bestow upon you the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. In 1931, I was born in a part of Manhattan known as San Juan Hill. 1931, let's make it easy. I'm 86. Now let's get back to San Juan Hill. San Juan Hill today is known as Lincoln Center. In 1931, Lincoln Center was primarily a Black community. I was raised in Harlem and Spanish Harlem. My father died when I was about 2 years old, and we were poor. We were sub-depression poor, but there was no such thing as mental poverty in our home. There was also no such thing as I don't eat this and I don't eat that and 5 pots on the stove. You know what I'm talking about. Also, there was no such thing as woe is me. Woe is me. My mother said, if you want something in this world, get up off your ass and work for it. And she was right. I'm a great believer in bringing some water back to the well. When I became a student at the new school, I received a gift. And that gift was the intellectual excitement and the privilege of being able to study and interface with international students. I was enriched by a faculty who demanded academic excellence in a stimulating environment. Now, when I'm asked why I choose to go to the North Pole, I looked around at my options. Bad news, boring. Can you imagine being stuck someplace with people and they just whine and whine and they're negative? So I decided I was going to photograph polar bears. I went on to learn snowmobiling and also dog sledding. The next time my stop was the North Pole. At every phase in your life, look at your options. Please do not select boring ones. May I give you a gift? You have formulated your goals. It's a wonderful audience. And this is how it all starts. How did I do it? Perseverance, determination, and respect for the way my mother raised me. To reach the geographic North Pole, I had to raise $25,000. It's more than that. And that's a lot of money for someone on a reduced income. $25,000. Add to that, transportation to Europe, specialized garments. Arctic boots can cost up to $10,000. Seems like a lot of money? It's more expensive to replace your feet. Determination, perseverance. Now, to reach the geographic North Pole, be prepared for the unexpected. And when it happens, try to objectively rethink the situation. Don't have an immediate reaction based on emotion or anger. because it can come back to haunt you. The unexpected can often be wrapped in rejection. What is rejection? Trying to convince people that a 75-year-old woman plans to ski to the North Pole who happens to be black. You'll find out what rejection is. That's a good example of being prepared for the unexpected. Sorry, I have to go back. The polar bear?
We saw it.
Oh, you saw it? Okay, thank you. Okay. Another unexpected factor that happened with that polar bear, that he stared at me for a long time. And then he said, "Are you soul food? I heard so much about you." Okay. My Russian guide and I, Eugene, finally reached the North Pole. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that smile you see on my face, it was still there on the 4th of July, frozen. I'm talking about cold. Okay. My expedition to the geographic South Pole was unrelenting in terms of a challenge. It tested all of my resiliency. How cold is cold? The beauty of Antarctica, the beauty of the South Pole, it's not flat. It's mountainous, and it's quiet, and the mountains are blue and gray. The next time you think it's cold, here we see the inside of my tent. Now, when you're at base camp at the South Pole or Antarctica, there's no heat in your tent. Hence, when I woke up the next morning, I found my washcloth as you see it. That is my tent. The temperature in Antarctica is usually 30, 40, 50, maybe 60 below. I slept in that unheated tent while I waited to go further south to the South Pole. Your academic expedition, in many ways, mirrors the dynamic challenges of the new school. The new school is my school. The new school is your school. As you accept these challenges, please remember the bridge that brought you across. Someone made it possible and helped you to make it possible. On the left, I am at the geographic North Pole. And on the right, I'm at the geographic South Pole. Perseverance, determination, you ladies and gentlemen have demonstrated it. Thank you so much.